having that to your name, England player, rose on your chest, is a massive boost.
It means a lot, you know. It means everything to you as a kid, as a player in the Premiership. It's something you strive for, and you try and get better for, and you try and make your game.
It's such a massive thing ever since you're growing up. You're playing rugby as a kid. You know, it's what you want to do. You want to play international rugby, and you're here, and you know, all your family comes to the game. You have all your sort of support of where you've come from before, and then the actual atmosphere of Twickenham when you get there and you're out on the field. It's, you know, amazing. So you run out, you look around the field as you sort of run out before the anthems, and it's just pretty amazing.
Although it's not the end of the journey, because in a sense the hard work starts once you're selected.
Yeah.
Although it's a huge relief to be selected, it's also a huge responsibility that
Yeah,
you've actually got to go and
deliver
achieve.
It. Yeah.
It's no good being there and losing. I think making a big hit is one of the most inspiring things you can do within a game. I mean, it's always great when you score tries and things like that. You know, not many of us do that in forwards, but
I haven't scored one this year, have you?
I hear it's good when you score tries. But
I wouldn't know.
It looks good.
Yeah.
But making dominant tackles always gets the crowd on their feet. It always lifts the guys around you, and you know, it does. Whether they admit it or not, it psychologically has an effect on the opposition, and you know, it changes the way they run their lines and how they approach attacking their play.
If you've carried the ball before and been walloped and sat on your backside, you know, next time you're going to carry, you're either going to you might end up going into your shell a bit more because you're wary of who's going to belt you, and if it keeps happening 1, 2, 3 times in a row, you know, you soon lose the will to do it.
If you've got a couple of players in your team that are renowned for being big hitters, you often catch the attack looking up.
Yeah, seeing where they are, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It manipulates the attack, changes the way they run things.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me is when you arrive at Twickenham on the team bus and you turn into the gate and there's just people everywhere cheering the bus. You're not even in the stadium yet, and the noise is immense. So, you know, once you're on the field warming up, you can hardly hear yourself think. It's you know, it sends shivers down your spine. I
remember we went to South Africa in the summer, and you help Johannesburg was in full flight, and you know, you can see how it races the Springbok side. And if you get something like that at Twickenham, obviously you want that fortress mentality. You claim you don't hear it, but you obviously, you know, when you've got your head down and you're pushing and you hear 8,000 people.
Yeah. It's a great feeling when the crowd's on their feet screaming. It really does sort of get you off the feet and make you work that little bit harder to try and get the reward of a try or whatever. What gets you through the last 10 minutes of the game? I think it's a lot. I think sometimes it can be your mates who get you through the last bit of the game. It can be just something like, come on, get up, you know, and then you're up. I think you always want to push yourself to the boundaries of, like, you know, exhaustion, and but to do that sometimes you need a help from your mates. If
someone's taken time and their energy telling you to move and get in position, you better listen to them and you better do it and make sure it's not for nothing. Yeah. And you know, that's the way we were taught to respond, especially in defence when you needed in the defensive line.
You don't want to be a dead weight on your side, and you might be knackered, but you've got to get up and go, because that's.
I think that's the makeup of an international player anyway. That's the way people are built in international rugby these days. And as much as anything, you don't want to be the one on the video on a Monday morning being criticised for walking, or, you know, they've just won the game in the last few minutes and it's because you were still on the floor.
Exactly.